on start. Hi everybody, welcome to the Plauti webinar about the new product release. Today we're gonna show you the release, the R2 release, which we released the 23rd of February, where we have some really cool features regarding Plauti Deduplicate and Plauti Restore. As an introduction, next to me is Joshua Ewijk, one of the product owners at Plauti, and I'm the other product owner, Johan van den Hoek. And both of us are responsible for all our nice Plauti products. So we have a couple of things to show you today. First thing we want to show you is about Plauti Deduplicate, where we have introduced the AI auto merge features, AI scenario builder, a long requested feature by many of our customers. Also, we have the pre-deduplicate function, was also requested for a long time, and that's really cool. And we introduced a new setup layout, which makes the configuration of Plauti Deduplicate a little bit more modern and more easier. On top of that, we want to show you the Plauti Restore functionality, so the tool that is basically used on top of Plauti Deduplicate, where we have added some new features like the multi-restore and the opt-in feature. Yeah, let's dive into the functionality, and I'd like to hand over to Joshua, where he can show you all the new features from Plauti Deduplicate.
Yes, thank you, Johan, and thank you everyone for joining this webinar. First, we are going to show you some new features for Plauti Deduplicate. And the first one that I want to share with you is AI auto merge. So instead of merging with static rules that you can configure in the merge rules, we offer now the AI auto merge feature that merges based on reasoning. We already have that feature for manual merges, but we also now can incorporate that new feature in the AI auto merge functionality and direct processing. And yeah, as a quick refresher, I want to show you how that works again. First of all, before you can do use any features with AI, you need to sign the DPA. If you've already done so, you can already use these new features. Here in the AI Data Steward tab, in the PD setup, you also need to enable the functionality. And what is again AI merge recommendation? It's quite a long time ago that we introduced that. But basically, when you are about to merge records, and let me show you with an example. First, for example, with the manual merge, it picks the fields values based on the merge rules, which are static, mathematical. But sometimes, as a human, you see, hey, this last name should be the full one, not the abbreviation. He has a spelling mistake, and you need to do all these changes manually. Now with Plauti AI merge recommendation, click on that. AI is able to pick and choose values based on reasoning instead of merge rules. And here it also gives you a brief explanation why it chose that value. Like this one, Abigail, was probably a typo, so I choose this one. Also, it kept the vice president instead of VP. Here below, you see also, for example, it keeps this email address based on also other values that it sees in the company name, for example, and the first name and the last name. So it looks at the whole context of the record that are included in the merge event instead of uses reasoning instead of the static merge rules. And this feature, this is only for manual merge, but this feature we also bring now to the auto merge feature and the direct processing, which is, I think, is very cool. So instead of merge rules, which are static, it can then basically keep all those results based on reasoning. So let me show you how that works. For example, with the duplicate jobs, what you can do with jobs where you already have results or when you create a new job. When you start an auto merge, you have here now the new functionality AI auto merge, which you can then enable. And then it will merge based on reasoning for the fields that you have selected that needs reasoning, right? So for example, the email field or the company name. Name fields are good fields to use. And also the decisions that it took, it's audited, so it's kept in the audit log in the data field. So later, if you want to check back, hey, why did it keep this field? You can open up the audit log, the audit record, and see the explanation behind it. So this is for the auto merge. Also for direct processing, I'm not sure if that's something that you remember how to configure, but for example, when leads come in via a web to lead form or another API integration, there is direct processing that when it's a duplicate, you merge, or it merges the records automatically based on the merge rules. But also here you can enable AI merge recommendation, which then uses reasoning. So I can say, okay, for web to lead or for bulk imports, if it's a 95% match, I want to use AI merge recommendation to merge records based on reasoning instead of only static merge rules. You can save this. And again, just as a reminder, where can you set up which fields you should analyze? That's over here, the AI merge. You can basically tick the boxes which one you want to AI to merge based on reasoning. And as you've seen here, already for the layout improvement, everything is behind an idiot model. So you cannot make just accidental changes, or if you want to make changes to the merge rules, most of the time you have a set of changes that you want to do, right? So you don't want to have those merge rules already live if you make one change, if you're still busy of making a lot of other changes. So in here, you can basically make those changes and then save it, and then all the merge rules are then saved from that point onwards. So that's what I want to show you for the AI merge.
Yeah, and Justin, I have one question regarding that one, because the AI merge recommendation and the rules, are they automatically enabled or by default, or is that something that
no, that is something
that configure?
Yeah, that's something that you have to configure first, right? So over here you can configure which fields. Also in the AI data steward, you first need to sign the DPA. Also have the AI merge recommendation to enable it. And if you don't want to inform your end users that AI is available, you can even hide it so that it's not, if there's a policy against to use AI, you can also hide that the AI options.
No one wants to hide it, I guess. Yeah? In these days.
If you want to make your life easier, I would say
enable it.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. Then the next one, which is also quite cool, is the AI scenario builder. It's also one of the things that might be quite complex, especially for new admins that need to work with Plauti Deduplicate. We have an AI, Plauti AI, that can help you configuring the scenarios for creating those. So let's deep dive into that as well. Let's go to object configuration. For example, let's go to leads. If you still add new scenario, and also here you can see everything is behind the idiot model, so you cannot make accidental changes. Everything is only saved when you click on the save button. And also good to know, AI does not create scenarios automatically for you. You really need to click on save. So what's new here? You see here the AI scenario creation button, which is new. You can click on it. And it's basically you start a conversation with Plauti AI. So from here you can select one of these pre-selected questions, or you can write your own prompt. But let's use this one. And it needs to think a little bit about what to return back, because it checks your fields that you have on your object, right? It doesn't look at your records, at the content of your records, only at the fields that you have, the metadata. Yeah. Mm. So here it gives you some suggestions, also some pointers for not creating a scenario with too many fields. And here you can basically answer him, the AI. The name, I want to use the email and the name fields. Quite strict matching. Click on send, and then it reads your message, and comes back with an answer. And it's good if we try to highlight the field name so that's more readable for you. Do not use phone, only email and name fields. Exact match on the email field, for example. And still, it didn't create anything yet. Just again, some questions back to make sure that you confirm. So let's just type it in. And then what it does, it will propose you with a scenario. Oh, see that it sometimes happens.
Always during a live
During
demo.
a live
Yeah,
demo,
yeah. Well, see, then at least you can see it's not scripted. Eh?
Yeah. Yes, there we go.
Nice.
So here you see an example of how it showed, and it's still not saved. It gives you here some information about it, why it created the scenario. And from here, it only applies it to deduplicate job, but you can ask it to also apply it to manual entry prevention, for example.
And via the prompt, you can still update the scenario now. Eh? So it's, yeah, before you.
So for example, please apply the scenario also on prevention. So you can keep iterating on it. You can ask it questions. So here you can see it. You can ask questions about what the weighting does, that kind of things, and it will explain it to you.
Yeah.
And then you can save the scenario. It gives a name over here, and still you can still edit it over here. For example, to add frequent words or some synonym matching, or if you want to apply the scenario to different features.
Awesome. Just with the, I can imagine that yeah, we have customers all over the world here with their own languages. Not everyone is that good in English, probably. Me neither, probably. But is there a way that they can do the prompt in their own language, like in Spanish or French or German or?
Yeah, let me do it in just in Dutch because I don't speak Spanish or French. So for the Dutch audience here, you can probably read what I'm about to write.
This is Dutch, definitely.
Yeah.
So what you're asking is, can you help me creating a scenario based on first name and email? Eh?
Yeah.
Oh, and it replies in
First
Dutch.
name or last name. It can also assess, say, do you want to use the last name? So it replies in Dutch. Let's see if you. So it's not optimized to work in other languages, but it's readable for me, and I'm not sure if it's readable for our Spanish viewers over here, or German, but it's.
It looks Spanish. Yeah.
Yeah, so it can do that as well.
Ah, okay, awesome.
Yeah, and you can, and again, it's not used for training or something. So if you close this this chat, it doesn't remember what you spoke about before, right? Yeah. So it's not saved anywhere. It's not sent to be trained some kind of module. Another thing, maybe you have examples of what should be duplicates, right?
Yeah, indeed.
So what you can also do over here. For example, for this one, I have here some examples that should be flagged as duplicates and some examples that shouldn't be flagged as duplicates. We don't have here yet a fancy upload file, but we can just copy paste it and give it to the AI, and it should be able to read it, and from that should be able to give proposals for creating a scenario.
Awesome.
Let's see and wait. Yeah, it's over here. It gives them the proposal, and you can again save the scenario.
Yeah.
So hopefully that will save a lot of time for admins over here to create scenarios, and you feel more confident about creating a scenario so that you can run a job to see how that scenario works for you. I think
that's really, really nice.
Yeah.
Because I think all the advantages that it's also the quality of the scenario might be better than you do it manually because it's checked within the AI, I guess.
Yeah, and maybe you misunderstood some kind of feature or how the weighting works or something like that, and you misconfigure the scenario. The AI knows how the features works, so it will create it will not misconfigure some kind of scenario.
Wow. Wow, nice one. Yeah, nice way of using AI and helping you setting up your scenarios and also to find, to handle your or manage your deduplicates, I guess, because that will really save you some time or a lot of time.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, do you see some questions coming in? I think we can all, if you want, we can answer them now. It might be cool because it's all about these topics. One of the first question is of Brian. When merging and choosing user fields, such as record owner, can the AI merge style between active and inactive users and select the active user?
If it has the user information on the record itself, it can use it. It cannot look at related objects, so a parent object or a child object. It doesn't take that information into context, but only the context that's directly on the record itself. Right now, it is on the roadmap to eventually also give the possibility to add a certain instructions to the merge event. For now, it's not there yet, but I believe if the context is there on the record itself, it should be able to select the right one. But also check that out in the manual merge model before, because you can ask for the AI recommendation. It's for free, right? You don't spend any extra credits or something, so you can just see, and it does a proposal. It's not merging already something, so you can see how that responds if that picks it up. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. I hope that answers your question, Brian. If not, you can always reach out to us via support@plauti.com, and then the answer or the question also gets routed to us, so then we can reply as well. Another one is we are getting Plauti deduplicate indexes showing up in people's daily digest for chatter. Is there a way to prevent this? Not sure if we can answer this one now or that we should.
We can deep dive that in the support ticket. I believe there is something that we can do about that.
Okay. So it would be nice if you could send the question to support@plauti.com, and then we'll make sure that we'll pick it up over there and we'll get back to you. Another one from Diana. Is there a PDF on the DPA verbiage that can be shared before signing? Our organization requires our legal department to review. And Brian already answers, yes, when you click the sign DPA button and the next pop-up, it brings you to a downloadable copy of the DPA before you have to sign.
Yeah,
indeed. Thanks, Brian, for answering. So that's a way to have it. And otherwise, there's always, I think there's, what was the site? We have the site where you can also look at it.
I don't have it
top of my mind. Yeah, it's end of day. Yeah. So, but if it, I hope the answer is sufficient for you. Otherwise, reach out to us, please. Is there a way? Is there a way to set a default value as opposed to a blank value for the auto merges?
Is there a feature available as part of
the default value as a...
So if there are only blank values, to set a default value, maybe that a lot of things can also be done with our plugin, right? So we have a whole SDK document where you can alter merge behavior by written code as well. So and then every time a merge takes place, it goes through that code. And if you have if you have a merge plugin says, okay, if all the field values are empty or blank, then fill in this value instead.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
All right, that's something that's possible. Yeah, in a plugin with our SDK.
Yeah. And for now, the last one, are these features available as part of the standard Plauti subscription, or is there any additional cost?
It's no additional cost. No, it's in the premium package. So it's no additional cost. It's basically free.
Yeah, if you have the premium package, the version, that's the only requirement.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for the questions so far. If you have any more left, then feel free to put them in the Q&A, and then we can look at them at the end of the session again.
Yeah.
All right. I think we hand over to the Plauti Store features that we released.
There's one more thing that I want to show.
Yeah, of course, and one of the most important maybe.
And that's a pre-deduplicate. So we have another app called Plauti Desktop and Plauti Server and Plauti Cloud, where you can import records in bulk. And it now has an option to block duplicate records with the scenarios that you have created in Plauti Deduplicate. So how that works, we'll go over here. This is the Plauti Desktop app. We have data flows. And from here, you can basically import records or export records. So let me go further with the import records. And I want to import an Excel file for a Salesforce org. And as you can see, you can choose the orgs that are linked to your Plauti Desktop. So I'll use this one over here. You can pick and choose which object you need. You can map the fields. And from here, there's a new option to enable a duplicate check. So to check for duplicates. And from here, you can select which scenario you want to use. You can choose multiple scenarios. We choose this one. And you can set a threshold of when does the block needs to happen, at which certain threshold. So let me say 95% and higher, then it should block the record from being inserted. So this is an alternative for direct processing. With direct processing, you just insert all records, and then if it hits a certain threshold, it merges the record, so you don't lose their information. Because new records that are imported might have new information that you want to keep. But if you have a business process and you need to block really duplicates from entering Salesforce, then this is another alternative to direct processing. You give it a name. And then you start the record. And it's then inserting the records one by one. It checks, does this record have duplicates or no that already exist in Salesforce? If yes, then it's being skipped from being imported.
Yeah, okay.
And how that looks like, let me show you that a little bit. Because you can open a file of records that are not inserted, that are skipped. It looks like this. It shows you which records are not imported and what type of score it had for the duplicate. In future roadmap, you can also add here the record ID of the duplicate or the record that already exists in your org and why it got blocked then, so that you can work on those records that are already exist in Salesforce. So yeah, that's quite a neat way to import records. Here you can see already 2 records got skipped. You can also see how many succeeded or how many failed, and you can then download basically the results, and it will then open up for you in the CSV. That's what I want.
It's a whole different approach. So you don't get them in Salesforce, you just prevent them before getting in instead of afterwards merge them or whatever. So that's really cool. Yeah. I think the same question will pop up here. Is this part of any certain version of Plauti Deduplicate or any cost?
Yeah, again, just the premium edition you need to have, the premium licensing. And then it's no cost, no extra cost for this.
Yeah, so then you can import data via the data flows and prevent duplicates.
Yes. That's basically my part.
That's Plauti Deduplicate. Awesome. Again, if any questions, please drop them in the Q&A. Yeah, then I would like to have a little talk about Plauti Restore, the new version we released. Um, uh, so Plauti Restore is available on App Exchange, can be downloaded for free, can be used with all our apps. So whether it's Plauti Deduplicate, Plauti Verify, Manipulate, or Assign. And yeah, basically you can track all changes that you have done via our apps, or basically in Salesforce, because you can even use competitive apps. And then you can track changes like merges, filter dates, and even deletions and inserts. So we see a lot of downloads recently, so that's really cool to see that a lot of our users also use this tool. And one of the requests we got from a couple of customers is, yeah, it's nice. For now, we can only restore a change one by one. So if we do a mass update on the records and we made a mistake, then we have to go through each record one by one and restore it, and it takes a lot of time. And same goes for a merge. If you want to have done a job with let's say 50 merges and you want to restore those merges because you made a mistake, then you had to click them one by one. So what we built in is a multi-restore feature. And that means that in the change component we have, so here in Plauti Restore, we have the restore changes overview. And now you see that we have added a multi-select button, so you can select all records on the page because we have pagination, meaning that we only display 20 record changes and you can multi-restore per 20 as a max. Joshua selected all 20, but you can also select individual ones. So instead of 20, like 10 or 8 or something like that. And as soon as you have selected those records, then you click the Restore Select button that becomes available. You get a confirmation modal to make sure that you only restore if you are sure about it. And you will see, just like in Plauti Manipulate, a progress bar on the progress of the restore action. At the end, you will see a result. So in this case, it's 5 succeeded. But if any of the records failed, you will also see which one failed. And I think there was even a reason. And when you close it, you will see that the restore has taken place. So this is something that we have now added that makes the life of the admin a little bit easier. In the next version, that's the R3 release, we are also building in the log files, so basically the audit log, where we can open these restore change records and see exactly what happened, what was the status of each restore, and especially for restoring a merge, which parent and the winner and the loser records have been restored, and all related records as well. So then we get even more information, but this is a first step towards that one. So from now on, it's available and you can, it has been pushed, so everyone has it, and you can multi-restore. Another very important feature we have built in, and that we have pushed, and also that also requires you who already set up Plauti Restore to update your configuration, is the track related objects feature, and that's an opt-in feature, and that's only for merges. So within Plauti Restore, we support the 4 standard objects of Salesforce for merges, which is the lead, account, contact, and cases. And when you have enabled the merge option in the previous version, then and you wanted to do a restore on merge, we restored everything. But what we notice at customers is who heavily configured objects is that we run into Salesforce governance limits because we had to query a lot of data because we didn't hold track of all the related records of the parent records or of the loser records. So what we came up with is that we now have the opt-in feature in which you can determine which related objects we will track as well on your main object. So in this case, if we have enabled the merge feature for the account object, you have to determine which related objects do you want to track. Then we track all the data on that one as well in our restore changes, so that if we do an unmerge, let's say, or restore of a merge, that we understand which records and which data we have to restore or reparent back to the loser records. Also, when configuring it, you also can determine because we handle the data in the basically an order of the selection. So in this example, we will handle the contact first, then go to the opportunity, the case, etc. So you can determine the priority of in which way, or basically also the order in which way it will try to restore the record. That means that if, let's say, we hit in case we hit the governance limit and at the task, let's say, then at least the most important objects like the case, opportunity, and case are restored. If you do not configure this feature, then it will not track any related objects of your loser records. And if you then want to do a restore of a merge, then it will only restore the parent record, but not any child records. So it's crucial that you configure this ASAP, so that you are sure that if you have to do a restore, that everything is restored. We did a couple of tests with some customers which have heavy configuration, and we didn't hit any governance limits, so it looks like that we really solved this issue. But be aware to configure it ASAP. Those are the changes we have done for Plauti Restore. New things are coming up in the next release, but more about that in the next webinar. There are some new questions, so let's check those. Where did we? This one, how can I best make the case to sign the AI data handling agreement to executives who are concerned about consistent privacy? We are US-based and do handle some health history, but not that are considered in any of our duplicate scenarios, modules, etc. Long question.
I think we have some security brief that we can share. Let's put it on the. And let's double check where that is, because I think there is something that you can download. For the security brief on the site. I'm not sure exactly where that one is.
And otherwise you can also always reach out to your customer success manager, who can hand you over the documentation, or can assign or can send you the link where to find all the agreements.
And one thing when you use our AI features, we never store your data anywhere for training, so the retention policy is 0. It's not being stored anywhere. And again, the models are not trained with your data, so it's presented to it and then it forgets about it, basically.
Another one, do you have a timeline for when we will be able to consider related records in Deduplicate?
And is that basically for merging immediately the related records, or using it in the merging or scenario? We have some ideas about it, but not yet a timeline of then or this will be created. But it's something that we play around to think, hey, that might be useful to add, for example, related records in your scenario matching or in your merge process. So we are still investigating how to implement that, but it's in the back of my mind to have that on the roadmap sooner or later.
And that's also a nice link to the next slide in our presentation. Like we discussed in the previous webinar, we reintroduced the feedback platform. So we already had that for a couple of years. Still to multi-restore. But if you also leave feedback like this, request you have on the feedback platform of Plauti, then Josh and I look at it basically every day. We also get notifications in our Slack. So we'll look at your request. You can also, other ones, people can upvote it, and the more upvotes it gets, the more attention it gets. So please leave your feedback as well, so that we can use your input to determine our roadmap for our products. And we will we also make a promise that we will respond to any feedback within 10 working days, so that we keep you up to date on the progress of it. Would you share this presentation with the participants? Yes, it will be sent to all of you, even the recording. Yes, new version of Plauti Restore is available on the App Exchange, but it was also pushed to your organization if you already installed it. We pushed the latest version last Monday. We did a small change yesterday and some testing that change will be pushed tomorrow morning, but that's on some background stuff. But if you didn't install it, it's also available the latest version is available on the App Exchange.
Yeah, and good to know it is for free.
It is for free. Yeah, Plauti Restore is for free. Yeah, we also handled all questions, so thanks for all the good questions we received. If you have any questions left, reach out to support.plauti.com and then they can hand it over to us. Thanks, Josh, for the nice presentation. Thanks all of you for attending this webinar. Please leave your feedback at feedback@plauti.com for any feature requests or improvements, and we'll have a look at it. And we hope to see you all in the next webinar.
See you next time. Thank you, everyone.